Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow at Sean T. Green on Twitter. And as always, Daily Juice being brought to you by BetMGM. Use the promo code JUICE. Get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. All right. Oh, man. This show is really fun. But when I get my ass kicked and have to come on and go, I went 0-4, it sucks. I don't know what to tell you. Just be glad that when you get your butts kicked, you don't have to announce it to the entire podcast. But no, tough day of picks. We'll round through those. But hey, it's a new day, new slate. The good news is I was thinking of making some of these 2-unit plays. I kept them all 1 unit, so that is a positive sign. Also got the big jersey announcement as well, so we got that. And 3 NBA picks and an early look at an NFL player prop. So let's get into it. 0-4, like I said, lost all the units. But hey, good thing is, got more units locked and loaded. Oklahoma minus 3.5. They lost outright 63-60. Man, they got off to a really rough start. This is why I was annoyed. So they got off to a really bad start. I wrote it off. I go, all right, they're never going to. And then they go on a 20-0 run in the first half, and they go, all right, they got Iowa State. They got the momentum and just couldn't pull it off in the second half. Penn State, they actually played a pretty decent second half. They just got down early and then, could never kind of close the gap there in the second half. Although they played it tight in the second half. They were down 8 though at the first half and ended up losing by 10, 79-69. So again, Penn State looked all right, but Michigan was more dialed in than I thought. So that was the Baylor up 10 at half. They end up losing outright. And then, of course, Raptors lose in overtime. Oh, my God, was that game ugly. They had the first quarter, there was 30 points. That thing was completely gross. And I rarely do I apologize for picks, but those of you who tailed that one and were forced to watch the entire game like I was, and then it went to overtime, part of me was just end it now. I don't want to see this go to overtime. Of course, they lose by 3 in overtime. All right, hey, moving over to positive news. We got the Earl Campbell jersey giveaway. Shout out to the user, You Brilliant 1. Congrats. You got the autographed Earl Campbell jersey. His comment that won, thanks, Sean, for all your hard work and picks. I would love to win the Earl Campbell jersey. Well, dreams come true. You Brilliant 1. You are the winner. So all you do is mail in your proof of subscription and your address to mailbag@bettingpros.com. Mailbag@bettingpros.com. Get you hooked up. Get you that autographed jersey. All right, let's get to the picks. Celtics at the Mavericks. Taking the Celtics -2 over on FanDuel. Celtics have looked crappy as of late. They've lost 2 in a row. Just got embarrassed by the Thunder. I mean, we were on the Thunder, and they destroyed them. They let them 150 points to the Thunder. This is just a Celtics bounce back spot. Dallas Mavericks not great at home. ATS 7-11-2. I know you're probably thinking you're going against Luka. Luka's red hot. This is the time when you fade a team like the Mavs. This is when you ride a team like the Celtics, who are good. They have the number 1 offense, number 5 road defense. Boston has been ice cold. Luka and the Mavs have been red hot. So it feels like there's regression due for both, especially with the Boston Celtics and their 3-point shooting. Even though they've been super cold with the 3-point shooting, they're still the 5th best road team at shooting the 3. So I think they're due for some regression here in a positive sense. So give me the Celtics -2 at the Mavs. I think it's a get-right game for the Celtics. I think they're going to get up for the game. They're fully healthy, and Luka, as awesome as he is, I don't know if you could just keep putting up those insane box scores. So I think this is a game the Celtics sneak out here. Clippers at Nuggets. I'm taking the Nuggets -4.5 over on DK. Nuggets feel like they're kind of peaking at the right time here. They've been playing good ball as of late. Clippers really struggle against teams in the Western Conference, which is not good if you're in the Western Conference like the Clippers are. Again, Clippers are just perpetually banged up, / don't really want to play, / claw for every inch. But are we really going to claw for every inch? I crack up every time I see that claw for every inch sign near my house of Kawhi Leonard, the claw, Don't give up a quarter. Hey, wait, aren't you the guy who routinely gives up quarters, games, rest, load management? Like, dude, what are you trying to sell here? I'm not buying. Paul George is questionable. So obviously, if he doesn't play, that's a huge hit for the Clippers defense. Clippers are last in offensive rating against Western Conference teams. Stumbled upon that nugget. I love that. And, Nuggets at home, you always get the elevation. I mean, George dealing with the hamstring, and then you go play at elevation. Even if he plays, I don't think it's going to be a good situation. So if you're playing on Talon, I'd probably get it sooner rather than later because there is a decent chance he gets ruled out. But you can grab the 4.5 now. I'd say play it up to like 6.5. I really like the Nuggets in this spot at home against the Clippers. You know what else I like? Steaks. That's right. Get yourself an Omaha steak. I know you think, oh, the holidays are over, but did you really get everything you wanted? Probably not. Maybe you got a gift card, a Visa gift card. You got a couple extra bucks laying around. Treat yourself with a delicious Omaha steak. It's not just a steak. It's the best steak of your life. Guaranteed. I mean, if you're guaranteeing delicious steaks, you know you got a good product. And Omaha Steaks does. One of my favorite parts about doing this show, free steaks. That's right. So you guys order the steaks. They keep advertising, and I'll get a couple free samples kicked my way. These things are delicious. What's cool about it is I was a huge fan of Omaha Steaks even before they started advertising on the show. So I'm glad this worked out. Enter Juice at checkout. You get $30 off your order. Already great prices. The steaks come vacuum sealed. Nice this little box that comes to your door. And besides the steaks, too, premium chicken, delicious pork. The seafood is very good. Sides are really delicious. I'm getting hungry reading this thing. So, again, the best steak of your life. Use the promo code JUICE. Get that extra $30 off. Minimum order may be required. All right. Last two picks. Utah at Houston. Give me Houston. That's right. Give me the Houston Rockets +6 over on FanDuel. Add this to the autoplay list. Utah as a favorite. Picked this up from my buddy Terrell Furman from the NBA Gambling Podcast. He's been shouting it out from the mountaintops. Fade Utah as a favorite. It's easy money, too. Here, Utah is 5-12 ATS. And in fact, not only are they bad on the favorite, they're bad on the road as well. 4-8 ATS their last 12. And then flip side, Houston solid. 9-5-2 ATS as a home dog. Again, I can break down the matchup for you, but really, this is just straight trend betting. They're just some teams you fade on the road, you fade as a favorite, you ride as a dog. I know the Bucks fading the Bucks on the road didn't come through, but you saw that game. That was a weird outliery game, and I'm gonna keep looking to fade them. On the road, that feels like a good spot to continue fading them. So Utah as a favorite, add this to the list of, and we'll see. Eventually they do adjust these numbers, but right now it doesn't feel like that. Like there's no way Utah should be laying 6 on the road against a Houston team that, amazing, no, but they're scrappy, especially as a home dog. So yeah, give me Houston +6. Last but not least, early NFL prop for the Saturday games. My boy Chig Okonkwo, the Titans tight end there. Anytime touchdown, you can get it at +700 right now on FanDuel. I got it at +900. I tossed it in the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. I go, I don't know what's going on. If FanDuel's listening, you guys, this number is crazy because you look over at like DK, they got it at +380. So at the very least, you're getting an insane line value, even if you get it at +700. He had 4 targets. Chig had with Josh Dobbs last week. Chig is like a guy on the rise that Titans don't have a ton of explosive playmakers on offense, right? Chig is one of them. And the OC came out and said, we have to get Chig and Treylon Burks more involved in the offense. Now, obviously, you're going to get a heavy dose of Derrick Henry, but I think the way you beat the Jaguars is through the air, and I think the Jaguars against the tight end is a good spot. Chig is an explosive playmaker, super fun. Anytime touchdown, a +700 for a guy who's going to get looks in the red zone, to me, is just a blatant misprice. So let's roll the dice at a 7-1. Anytime touchdown, let's go, baby. Chig, anytime touchdown Saturday at +700. And you got Houston +6 over on FanDuel. Nuggets -4.5. And last but not least, Boston Celtics laying 2 at the Mavs. All right, as always, betmgm.com, promo code JUICE. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast. And you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.